Guys, how's it going? It is Monday morning, and I've been sanding on the Datsun here. Got almost all I want to get at least one side done today for sure. Most of the flat stuff is already done. Got a little bit on the front fender and a little bit on the rear quarter, and all the flat areas are done. I do have to get around the rear wheelhouse. There's a lip there, and it's runs all the way around. So I've got another idea for that. I can't use a flat bar of steel for that, so got to get something with some kind of shape to it. And what I'm thinking is a socket. Use a deep socket and wrap it with paper and do that lip. So see how that works. And then, because I need to paint the doors on this Datsun, they need to be painted inside and out. So I want to do it at the same time. So I'm gonna do some modifications to that rack that I picked up so that I can hang both doors on it and do both of them at the same time, both sides at the same time. So yeah, I've got a couple ideas. Try it out, see what happens. It's simple. Usually simple is best. So yeah, I'll do that. We'll see how it works. So anyway, might as well just get to it. Okay, so the quarter is pretty much done, just the gas door and behind the bumper, but you can see, you know, those were high spots down here, needed some love, so this thing needed to be blocked anyhow. It's fine. I don't know if that's primer or filler. I suspect it's filler, because the primer looks darker to me. It's at least the stuff that's on the doors, so if it's the same stuff, then that's got to be filler. So that means I'd have to spot prime it before I could paint it, because that will burn through and show in the paint. So I'm going to spot prime it just to make sure and be safe. Now here, I don't know if you can see, it's hard to see, but there's runs all over this edge here. So I'm going to go ahead, run my get the Sharpie out, cover this whole thing, and then I'll just wrap some paper around a deep socket and sand it out, and then we'll move over to finish off the front fender, and this side will be done. So that's where I'm at. Boring. Might be a little tough to see, but you can see there's lots going on in this slip here. So yeah, it's gonna take some serious sanding, but we'll get it out. Feels like I'm dragging this socket over stucco. You can see how rough it is. Rough, man, rough. She's starting to smooth out. Anyway, this is going to take a while, I can tell already, but it's coming. Slow but sure. Hey, well, it took quite a bit of time to sand that out. It was pretty rough. Feels pretty good now, though. But you know, you could feel it under the block that it was all over the place. So some of it was runs, some of it was just a little bit funky body work, but whatever. It's smoothed out now. Looks pretty good. So I imagine all four of these lips on the wheel houses are going to be the same. So at least I know what I'm getting into now. Anyway, now I'm going to change my focus over to the rack that I'm going to use to hold the doors up and stuff. So yeah, we're going to have to modify my my rack. So I have a couple of ideas. I'm going to try something, and we'll see how that goes. All right, so I went out in a snowbank and dug out a couple of planks I had laying around, and a few pieces of 1/2-inch pipe. These were used as part of a deck railing on a deck that I tore down and rebuilt years and years ago, and I've kept all the pipe. There was about 200 pieces, and I've been using it for all sorts of things ever since. So I went back to the same well and used the same material again. I want to do this without spending any money, and pulled out the old skill saw, and by old I mean really old. I think there's 1 or 2 teeth left on that blade. So yeah, I'll just set up the camera and we'll get busy. All right, so I'm gonna move things around here and start putting this sucker together. All right. All right. So now I gotta find a couple of bolts. Big enough. All right, I'm gonna dig up some bolts. I don't know if I have any. All right, so I bolted it in right through and put 2 screws into the wood on each side for the lower piece. There's not much stress in this on the bottom one. All it does is I'm going to have a rod going through, and it just keeps the door from wanting to flop in, right? So it'll keep the door straight up and down. I've got a 3/4 inch bit on my drill, and I've drilled one hole, and I made a little sort of hook on the end of this, right? So slide that in there. Slide that in there, I said. There we go. Now, so we should be able to hook the door right onto that. And whatever the measurement's going to be for between my my hanging points on the inside of the door, I'll put a corresponding hole on the side. And you know, this will be the setup for these particular doors. Now, the next time, you know, they're not all the same. They're all different. So I'll probably drill another hole or another 2 holes or whatever it takes to mount a different door. And after a while, there'll be a bunch of holes in here, and this thing will be universal. You know, I'll be able to find a couple of points because the holes are already there. So I'm going to make up some more like this. All I did was I sliced the end of it, squeezed it in the vise, and then cut a little notch into it. So that should hook onto the door nicely. And yeah, so I'm going to figure out where my other hole is going to be. And then we'll hang the doors and see how it works. I'm going to hang them fairly tight when I first put the first one on. And the other one's going to go on the other side, so that this thing is balanced out and doesn't want to come crashing down on my head, because that would hurt, and I don't like pain. So that's why I'm doing it like this. So yeah, I'll make up 3 more of these, and I'll probably have to drill a pin or something to keep it in place after, a nail or a screw or whatever. But yeah, this should work out pretty good. All right, see how this thing works, if it works. All right, success. So this here will, you know, we'll slide it way out further so I can get in behind there with the gun. But you know, you don't have to paint in here. There's a upholstery panel that goes over that. Most doors are like that. Like I say, this here is just to keep it away. So yeah, you want to be able to get your gun in behind and everything else. But I don't want to pull it all the way out now, because it'll tend to want to tip over. We don't want that. So I'm going to hang that one on this side over there. Then it should be balanced out and good. But yeah, this is going to save me a ton of time when I'm doing a door. You know, when you think about it, do one side, you got to let it dry, mask it off, flip the door over, paint the other side. This will cut my time down by like 2/3. So well worth taking the time to get this done. And it's a good working height, you know. You can spray the top easy, no problem. And you know, get down on the knee to do the bottom side of the door. You're still up about almost got to be 30 some plus inches off the floor. So yeah, I like it. This will work out just great. Sweet. All right, so there we go. Both doors are on, hanging. Can get in behind with a gun, spray everything. Good working height. It's balanced. It's not too wobbly or anything. And the steel slides really nice on the floor. It's easy to move around. Man, this is genius. Yeah, right. Anyway, cheap. Cost me nothing to do any of this. A little bit of time, that's it. And well worth the time. So now this can be used for hoods, trunk lids, whatever, you know. And with all the wires and other hangers that came with this rack here, yeah, you can hang a million parts off this thing. It's unbelievable. It's great. It'll be fantastic. I'm speechless. Anyway, there you go. The Acme 5000 door hanger racker thingy. I like it. Right on. Anything that saves me time, I like. All right, so there you go. Got a rack to hang doors off of. It's going to work fine. Cost me $0. And yeah, after a while, this thing will be universal. I'll be able to hang anything off of it. So it's just a matter of drilling more holes. Altogether, it took me about 2 hours of my time. Worth every minute. Yeah, that's a real time saver, that one. So, and if I, not using it for quite a while, I can always tear it down and store it away. But I think I'm just gonna leave it together and scooch it up against the wall somewhere and drag it out when I need it. Yeah, all good. So, if you like the content, please subscribe. Tell your buddies. I'm down to needing 110 subscribers to get to 3,000. So help me get there, please. It's all you guys. I can't do anything else about it. Yeah, like the channel and leave comments and all that stuff. And if you feel like you're into it and you want to buy old Dirty Dan a coffee, or better yet, a beer, on your computer, when you're looking below the screen, there's the thumbs up, thumbs down, then there's share, and then just to the right of that, there's a little circle with 3 dots in it. That's a menu. Click on that, and you'll see a thanks with I think it's a dollar symbol or an S or something. And yeah, that's where you go to buy old Dan a coffee. So if you feel so inclined. What else? Yeah, I'm just going to carry on sanding on this car. I want to have it all sanded and ready to paint by, today's what, Tuesday? I'm going to say by Thursday. Tomorrow probably won't be going anywhere because we're supposed to get 2 feet of snow. Jesus, not ready for that. But yeah, I'm just going to keep on sanding away on this thing. Like I said, when I go to try out this paint, I think I'm going to mix a small amount and do one piece first. I want to see how it lays out. So I've got the trunk lid. That way there, if I screw it up, well, it's only one piece and I can always sand it down and redo it. So yeah, the trunk lid I think is the way to go. I just want to see, like I said, how it is to work with, because I've never worked with this brand, and like I said, I have not shot a single stage paint since the early 80s, so 40 years. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, if I get a nice finish on the trunk lid, well then the car's ready to go. Do the car first, let it dry, cover it up, and then do all the parts, and then call up buddy. He's gonna come over and we're gonna hang the doors, trunk lid and hood, and get the sucker out of here. So yeah, all good. So if you're not doing anything else, get in the garage and build something, man. Later, guys.